Hi everybody, this is Adrienne Joyce of Miss Joyce Tarot, and I'm here with the weekly Tarotscopes, and this is where I pull a card for each of the zodiac signs, and you can apply the card to your sun, moon, or rising. And this is for the week of March 8th through the 14th. And so, today is the day that we have set our clocks forward here in the United States for daylight savings time. And this is a day that I hate. I hate this day because we lose an hour basically. And, no kidding, my favorite day of the year is when we set the clocks back and we gain an hour. And so when I talk to people and I tell them that time is an illusion, or I have told people that, and I'm not the only one who says it, but some people look at me and they're like, what do you mean by that? And this is a prime example. If you guys need an argument as to why time is an illusion, this is it. Because this is us, I think, in the United States, making sure that we have the most daylight toward the end of the day and not have it wasted in the morning hours when we are sleeping and we can't be productive. And that's what it's all about. It's about making sure that we are productive as we can be in terms of the work day. And that is us manipulating time. So, we're trying to adjust how we behave based on the rotation of the earth and how much daylight we get. I live in Eastern Standard Time, and I'm in New Jersey. And so, even in the Northeast, at its best, during the summer solstice, when the day is the longest, it really is around maybe 8:45 or something like that. That is the longest day. That is when sunset is at the longest point. And during the winter, even with the changing of the time, by 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 4:30, it's dark outside. The thing is, we still do what we have to do, and it is our attempt to manipulate time. But does that really matter? Because think of there's some places in Alaska, I think, where daylight lasts for 6 months. And does that mean that the days and nights don't exist? Or what is day and night? That is a human construct, really, people. It really, really is. As an entrepreneur myself, I do the spiritual business, and I also am a freelance writer for a living, and that's how I pay my bills. That's how I put a roof over my head and food on the table. And what I like about it the most is that I'm not beholden to time constraints. I do have clients who ask me to do things within a certain deadline, but how I make that deadline is completely up to me. I can work nights, I can do what I want to during the day, maybe work at night instead. I can work on a weekend, and the day is not structured and the week is not structured for me where I'm confined to a 9 to 5 schedule or a Monday through Friday schedule. My week is as fluid as I can make it, and that's what I like and that's what I want. And the closer I get to making my spiritual business my main source of income, the closer I will get to, I feel, to complete freedom to construct my day the way I would like it to. And that really is my goal. And we use time to define when things happen where, but it really is about the relationship of the planets to where you are on the universe that determines where the stars are, or what stars are there, and what is visible and what is not. So whether we call it day or whether we call it night doesn't really matter. You know, it's the placement of the planets in a particular order that really is making the difference. And with that being said, you know, Monday, tomorrow, we have the full moon in Virgo, which coincides also with the end of the Mercury retrograde, which, you know, this was a rough one, you know, this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So, you know, we'll see what that has to offer us as the week goes along, and think about that as I pull the card for your sign. And as usual, I'm going to start with Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Excuse me. And the card that we have for Aries is the Eight of Pentacles. So Aries, in this full moon cycle, this may be a time where you are starting to really get the results of the hard work that you have been putting in. This could be a very lucrative time for you, and it also could be a time where you can really say that you have done a good job. You can really feel good about what you have been doing, and this is not a time to really stop what you're doing. This is a time to continue on that path, and you may be doing something, of course, to make a living, to make money. Also keep in mind that you are doing what you do because you love it, and hopefully that's the case. You know, if you're doing the things that you're doing because you like doing what that is. And so sometimes we go through a routine of our day and it could seem like drudgery, but if we remember why it is that we are doing what we're doing, then it really becomes something that is a joy to do, even though it may be hard work and even though it's something that you have to do on a daily basis. So now we're going to move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And the card that we have for today is the Page of Swords. So Taurus, this is a time to really continue to push forward with your ideas, what you've been doing. We're in a full moon cycle, so you're going to start to see results of that. But this is a time to continue on what you have started, and just to make sure that you are putting your ideas forward in a way that other people can really get behind you. Try not to put your foot in your mouth. Try not to be too harsh. Try not to get in trouble with the words that you say. And also try to stay away from gossip. Try to, don't talk about other people, especially if whatever the thing is that you're gossiping about has nothing to do with you personally. Stay away from it. And just continue to do what you are doing and dazzling the world with your great ideas. So now we're going to move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And the card for you, Gemini, is the Six of Wands. So during this full moon cycle, this could be a time where you're really now beginning to see how other people are appreciating what you do. You are being praised for a good job and a job well done. And so you can also take that to heart for yourself to say, yeah, I did it. Now you have something to actually show for it. And other people are going to see that as well. And so, this is the sixth. So this is still not a job that is completed. Just because you're getting the praise for it doesn't mean that you can now sit back and relax. Instead, keep on doing what you're doing and achieve even greater success. And now we're going to move on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Oops. Alright. In Cancer, your card is the Two of Wands. So this is really showing that, once again, the things that you have been working on, things that may have started during the past 2 weeks, are now really starting to come to fruition, and you are really starting to see some results of things that you have been doing. And perhaps you are forming a partnership with someone in order to make that project come alive. And so make sure this is an equal partnership. Make sure that you are considering what your partner has to say as well, and that you work harmoniously as a team. And by the same token, make sure that you don't take on more than your share of the work. Make sure that you both are contributing equally if this is something that you're doing with someone else. So now we're going to move on to Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Leo, your card is the Empress. So this is really a great time for you. We are going into the full moon cycle, and this could really mean that you have really manifested a lot of abundance based on what you have been working on previously. And so this is a time for you to really bask in that success, but also to continue to nurture it. The Empress is a feminine, nurturing energy, but this type of energy is not just for women, it is for men as well. So nurture your projects, whether you're a man or a woman. Nurture your projects. Make sure that you are giving it the loving care that you need. Also, enjoy the fruit that is coming to bear for all the work that you have been doing. This also could be a time where you are able to give your support to someone else, where you're also able to nurture someone else's project, or perhaps you're going to be leading a team of people and working toward a similar cause or the same cause, or being on the same project, and you are a leader who is really helping other people to give their best to this project. So now we're going to move on to Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And Virgo, your card for the week is the Knight of Cups. So this is a feel-good week for you. This is probably a time where you can really connect with other people, where you can really feel good about your associations with other people. And this could also really be a time where you can really be creative. You can really have success with any project that has to do with creativity, whether it is in actual art, drawing, writing, or anything of that nature. It could also be anything that you love and have to think outside of the box in order to do. You know, it could be a new recipe, it could be a new cooking, it could be the way you arrange your house, redecorate it. It could be anything creative. And by definition, creative has no boundaries in terms of what you can be creative about. Also, this could be a great time to pay attention to your dreams and to do things to cultivate your intuition. So now we're going to move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And Libra, your card is the Fool. So this is a perfect time. You know, now it's time to really kind of let go. You know, we put in a lot of work. We're in the full moon cycle right now, and this is really a good time for you to really see what you have accomplished. And now that you have worked so hard, there are so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. So keep that in mind. I see this as a sign from the universe that you are supported, and that if you want to let go, if you want to do things that you have been dreaming about, or you now have opportunities that are before you, that whatever it is you decide, whatever that you want to do that is in your heart, that it will really pay off and do well for you in the long run. And so now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And Scorpio, this is your card for the week. It is the Six of Swords. So Scorpio, now that we are in a full moon cycle, now is the time for you to really let go of things that are no longer serving you. A lot of time, one aspect of the full moon is that we receive the benefits of the hard work we have been doing, and also the full moon period is a time for us to let go. And so whatever it is that has not been serving your highest good, anything that has been limiting you, this is a time for you to let it go. And sometimes things happen naturally. Sometimes these new moon cycles, new moon and full moon cycles, are times for us to take action or to behave in certain ways. But sometimes things happen on their own. And so if you're not moving away from something, maybe something is moving away from you, so to speak, or it is standing still and you are continuing to move, and you are getting some distance from something. So definitely keep that in mind and know that whatever is happening here, you are moving from a place that has been chaotic to something that is a little bit more calm. So now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And your card is Temperance. So Sagittarius, this is a time for you to really try to gain some balance. This is a time for you to really look at your situation and try not to give more than you are taking. I often see this as a card where we have to really look at our situation and see whether we are putting in too much effort into a situation or whether we are not getting enough from a situation. So the key here is to balance. And this may relate to a relationship, but it also could relate to a situation that you are in. If it's a job, for instance, are you putting in so much effort and really not getting compensated either with support from your boss, your supervisor, your coworkers, or you're not being compensated financially enough? Maybe this is the time to get a raise, or maybe this is the time to look at something that is going to give you a little bit more equity in terms of your effort and what you receive in return. So now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And Capricorn, your card for the week is the Eight of Cups. So this is a perfect card for our full moon cycle. It's a time where you may have to look at what you are doing at this moment, your situation, your relationships, and whether it is time for you to move on and start something new. This card can represent being in a comfortable situation, but that situation is really not fulfilling you as it used to. It could be that sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. We're doing something for a long time really becomes boring, and now it's time for you to step away from doing that and starting something that's a little bit more exciting, or something that's going to challenge you a little bit more. And sometimes, it's not really a matter of letting go completely, but it could be a matter of finding ways to put more spice into your life, finding a way to get out of your rut and add something new that's going to really give you a little bit more satisfaction. So now we're going to move on to Aquarius. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And the card we have for you is the Nine of Swords. So Aquarius, this may have been a time period where you have had a lot of worries in your life, where things are just stressful for you. And Mercury is actually in your sign right now, and we are about to get out of the retrograde, and we're going to be starting moving forward, but we're still going to be in shadow period. So there may be some things that you still may have to deal with, in terms of what lessons were being brought to you during the Mercury retrograde. And it could just also be just simply life circumstances that are worrying you. And so the key here is not to be the person here who is just upset and sitting up in his bed at night worrying. The thing is to really take those swords one by one and start doing something about it. If there are phone calls you need to make, then do that. If there are places you need to go, people you need to speak to, then do that. And take it one step at a time. Sometimes it is hard when you have a upsetting situation and there are so many moving pieces. The thing is to gather yourself, lay out the problem before you, and then take it one step at a time. How do you get from point A to point B, then point B to point C, and take it slow, and take it slow. Another thing you might want to do is get out of your head and a little bit into your heart space. Feel how you feel instead of thinking about it and rolling around in your head. Feel how you feel, and maybe answers will come from a place of understanding it from an emotional point of view instead of trying to throw logic on something that maybe doesn't make any sense. And by looking at it that way, you will know which problems really can be solved or which problems need something to be done in order to solve them, and which problems really don't exist or really are just a matter of overthinking. And so finally, we're going to move on to Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And Pisces, your card is the Nine of Cups. So I guess you're relieved that this Mercury retrograde left your sign. But during the shadow period, it is going to go back into Pisces, and hopefully, it won't. Now that it's moving forward, Mercury in Pisces will not be so stressful for you, if it has been stressful. And in terms of our full moon cycle, this card could really just indicate that the things that you have been working on, things that you have been trying to do in your life are really starting to come to fruition, and you are feeling satisfied about that. This is a time to bask in the good things that are in your life, to really enjoy yourself. And I don't think it gets any more complicated than that. Just enjoy this time in your life and rejuvenate during this period of time so that you can continue to do your work a little bit later, but now is the time to celebrate. So thanks everybody for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I will talk to you soon.